What was the thing?
So this is the
Yeah, the another supposed Genshin color.
At
It's
Riku Shao, that reminds me of that thin me that's like born too late to explore the sea, born too early to explore the stars.
yeah. Everything wants to be a Genshin Impact killer. Nothing ends up killing Genshin Impact. That's because it's kind of escaped. It's reached escape velocity. It's so big with so many people spending hundreds and thousands of dollars that are too invested into the game to ever give up the game. The game is never going to die. It's like World of Warcraft. Everyone has said that, oh, this game or that game or the other game or whatever game is going to be a World of Warcraft killer. I mean, you could kind of say that Final Fantasy has killed World of Warcraft because it's just a lot better in a lot of ways. But World of Warcraft is still not dead. It's still very much alive and kicking. So like regardless of what you feel about it, like it's not dead. It's not gonna die. People have been saying it's gonna die for a long time and it's still not dead. The game's not dead. There's just too many people that are too invested in the game. That's kind of where Genshin Impact is.
Well, the game is going to die after the ice area.
Yeah, people keep saying that there's going to be a Genshin Impact killer. I mean, there might be a game that comes out that is better than it, and a lot of people switch to that game, but there's just too much of a core audience that's too invested in the game, like financially, that they're just not going to give it up ever. So, yeah, the game is never going to die. It's never going to just go the way of the dodo bird and go bye bye. Like, I don't see that happening anytime soon.
I quit after $8,000 LUL.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many people that have invested so much into the game, they're not just gonna give up on the game. And like what the one guy said is like, we don't need a Genshin Impact killer. We just need competition. Competition is what helps drive every industry forwards, from PC industry to games. Like as soon as Genshin Impact has serious competition, a lot of this stuff like artifact farming I can see getting better. Like they're right now they don't really have any reason to improve a lot of the things in the game. Like that's why we have no world level 9 or 10, is because they just haven't felt the need to improve anything because there's no real competition. As soon as we get competition into the game, that's where we're going to see a lot of things improving in the game. So really what we don't need a Genshin Impact killer. We just need competition because I don't think anything at this point is going to kill the game. It's too
Well,
big.
my friend plays Tower of Fuckboyus.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if he's super invested in the game, he's not going to give it up. But like Tower of Fantasy is nothing compared to Genshin Impact. None of these other games are. Like even Honkai Star Rail, like it was super popular when it came out, but it's been steadily dying off. I don't think it's going to die out anytime
I tell him that
soon.
all the time.
But like it's turn-based Genshin Impact. Like there's nothing more appealing about Honkai Star Rail than Genshin Impact. Like, not only that, but it's also made by the same exact company.
I hate turn-based.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of people do. I don't think it's not as appealing of a game format.
the game, guys. This is the game here that's going to actually kill Genshin Impact. Sounds pretty crazy, but let's take a look. It's called Project Mugen.
I mean, the problem with quote unquote game killers is that they never actually kill the game that they're proposing that it's going to kill. Like at a certain point, these games are just too large and they don't die out.
They kill themselves doing it.
Yeah, they kill themselves trying to kill
Spider-Man, okay. So wait, is this just Spider-Man with anime girls? Because I played this back on PlayStation 1. It was great. This is really good.
It does look cool.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. This is fucking insane.
I have seen some stuff from this game before, and it does look very cool. I'm probably going to try it, but do I think it's going to kill Genshin Impact?
I'm pre-registered.
Yeah. It does look pretty cool.
Can you run
It basically looks like GTA anime,
people over? Run somebody over.
but like a lot of it is gonna just depend on how good the actual game is.
Okay, let's see. So we have the characters here. I think these characters are pretty decent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they could use a little bit, like, I feel like they've got to get, like, different color hair, right? Got to make them...
I think some of the problem is eyes, honestly. The eyes look somewhat dead and lifeless compared to Genshin.
a little bit more flashy.
Some of them are good.
But I think that the character design... Okay, so we have, like, a spectrum, all right? And let me see if I can do this. Anime, waifu, quality, spectrum. So let's...
I mean, there's also like overall game quality or production quality spectrum. And that's somewhere where Genshin has just reigned supreme in the entire field.
Let's go ahead and take a look at it. And this is going to be from my experience. So we have number one, you know it.
The editor for this, because I don't think this isn't actually an account that Asmongold manages. Whoever edited the video.
I believe TOF cinematics are better than Genshin.
I don't know. That would be pretty hard. Like, a lot of them are really good.
Camera operator.
I could play this back in
It's dark in
4K.
here. Wait here, Mr. Morris. I think the light switch should be somewhere over here.
What?
Like the new character stuff for TOF is pretty good.
This one was really cool.
I have to get roped into this. What was that? Who's there? Get me out! Get me out of here!
Did you really think you'd get away, Morris?
You've got the wrong guy. It wasn't me. I'm not the killer.
You know, Eliza died a far more heroic death than this.
Like, the lighting and everything with the Genshin Impact cutscenes is just really good. The overall production quality of Genshin Impact is really good. And like, they're uploading videos, like the last 12 videos have come out within 1 month. Like, I don't know that Tower of Fantasy has better cutscenes than that. Like, maybe. Yeah, the last 12 videos within 2 months, so they're not producing videos at the same rate.
So, any question regarding this report? Can you tell me directly?
Of course. At the actual seminal, Archon Eric will be sharper.
Okay.
Feedback to the tech department. The current simulacrum system. An innovative and powerful new system.
Oh?
That is...
Yeah, it is pretty good.
the magic contract system!
Too long for the transformation animation! What enemy has such patience?
Don't you worry. There's a built-in immobilizing system. It'll be frozen until I finish my transformation.
If you were able to freeze them all, why not just kill them all?
You know what? You just don't get it, do you?
Huh?
Yeah. They are pretty good cutscenes.
Here comes Tower of Fantasy's second weapon that's both physical and flame, equilibrium, and it's...
Yeah. So I would rank it as roughly on par.
I know it. Everybody knows it. Genshin / Honkai Star Rail. It is the best. The waifu quality in this game is second to none. It is incredible. So I would say this is definitely the Nikkei. I actually think Nikkei is... This is my opinion, okay? This is my opinion. I think Fate Grand Order is a little bit below that. And then I think after this, I don't think Nikkei has that high quality waifus. I think that they just have really big boobs and fat asses. So people think that they're better than they are, okay? Like, let's be honest. I'm gonna give like kind of a hot take, okay? I think Zenless Zone Zero.
What more do you want?
Bro, that is so shameless. Is below Fate Grand Order. I don't think that they have the quality of the waifus in this game are not as good as Honkai or Genshin, and I think this will be problematic.
I don't know about that.
And then we're gonna go all the way down here. I think at the very bottom, Wuthering Waves. This is the game that's going to kill Genshin Impact.
I mean, when a character like Bennett just has the most annoying voice, or at least to me, the most annoying voice, the most annoying personality, every time he says his voice lines, it just grates on my ears and does a million points of damage to my will to continue playing the game. That's pretty detrimental to the character. Like, the voice lines really do matter.
Venti? LUL.
Yeah, Venti is really bad too. Like, yeah. I mean, it's a matter of personal preference, obviously, but like the character's personality does matter. Their voice lines do matter. Like, because you're going to be playing that character and hearing their voice lines repeat over and over and over and over and over again a million times. So if you find their voice, their personality, whatever, to be really grating on your ears and your soul and your will to play the game.
I play muted.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that, but like when a character just has really enjoyable voice lines, or at least voice lines that you find to be enjoyable, that makes a huge difference when you're playing them day in and day out. It really does make a big difference.
I resonate with winds.
Wuthering Waves,
I only turn on
very
volume when
bad
climbing with
waifu
Lisa.
quality. Then we're gonna go a little
In
bit
Japanese.
higher, and we're gonna have Blue Protocol. Do the pose in the underwear. You happy? Good. Now click the bounce.
No.
Now, the Blue Protocol has
I only
low
play
quality
Japanese.
waifus, although they are customizable.
You only
So
play
I think that, you
Japanese.
know, it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Okay? And then Nier Automata, I haven't played that game, so I don't really know. These are only games that I played. Lost
Nier
Ark,
isn't a
okay,
gacha
all
game,
right,
though.
I will
Nier
think about
is
that.
a completely
And
different
then we're going
thing.
to talk
It's
about
a different
Tower of
beast.
Fantasy.
Do you have the money?
Tower of Fantasy is about right here. And to be honest, it probably could be a little bit lower. I think it could be a little bit lower. When he played Nikkei, I didn't. I just looked at the art. Code Vein? I think Code Vein would be like right here.
Code Vein is another not gacha game.
Like, I'll put Code Vein right here. I don't think
least
Code
as far
Vein
as I
waifu
remember.
quality is very high. They're just like, again, a lot of them, they just give the waifus
Non-gacha
big
and
boobs,
non-mobile.
and that's
so
it.
it's like, it's
Like,
not
there's no
the same
actual
beast.
quality of waifus. It's
Yeah.
just this character has
Souls-like.
like ridiculous proportions, and they're really hot. It's thirst bait. Yeah, exactly. So let's see. We've got two more. We've got Lost Ark.
Oh, my papers.
What? I don't think this... Like, Lost Ark is not a gacha game either. What?
Oh,
Like, it's a different category of game.
He is off track.
Yeah, it's not even the same type of game.
this can't be happening.
It's like comparing apples and oranges. It's a completely different thing altogether.
I think Lost Ark is probably about even with Tower of Fantasy. I would say that they are pretty much the exact same, all things considered. And the reason why, here, I'll explain why. I know you're going to get upset. I'll explain why. Because Unreal Engine 3 Nineveh doesn't do it for me. Update the fucking engine, and maybe I'll
Next, he will
update
put
the
WoW
fucking
on the list,
ranking.
LOL.
All right?
Hopefully not. Jeez.
So, yes,
Like,
I'm not
that's-
going to
yeah.
even fucking begin this.
Lost Ark and
It
Code
looks
Vein aren't
bad.
even,
It looks like fucking dog shit. She's still hot.
Well, I
She is
guess
hot,
he's
but imagine how much
comparing.
hotter...
I guess he's comparing anime waifu quality spectrum. So I suppose it makes sense, but they're not gacha games. Like, I don't know. In my opinion, I wouldn't count those on the same
Yeah, and there
list.
are hot characters in Tower of Fantasy too. That's what I'm saying. Okay? And so where does Project Mugen fall? Because this is what matters the most, okay? This is obviously probably, you know, they're probably making this like, oh, it's like the Chainsaw Man opening. And I think actually Chainsaw Man took that from somebody else. Ariel from Star Forge was telling me about that. I had no idea that like it was from a bunch of other movies. But anyway, what do I think about this game? I think that it is right about here.
Yeah.
I think it's about right about here.
Yeah, a lot of it is
And
going to come down
maybe-
to how good the game
Actually,
itself is.
I'm not confident about that. I'm going to put it here.
And like the thing is a lot of people like Grand Theft Auto and play the heck out of Grand Theft Auto and roleplay in Grand Theft Auto and just everything. So if it is like less single player / co-op up to 4 players and more of just like an MMO where you can interact with a whole bunch of people, I could see it really taking off. Like I think honestly think one of the main problems with Genshin is that you can't do a lot of the content in the game in co-op. Is a large part of the problem. And then I think another large part of the problem with Genshin Impact is also artifact farming. And another large part of the problem with Genshin Impact is we don't have a world level 9 and 10. I would say those are 3 of the biggest problems that I see with the game that come to mind immediately.
From what I've seen so far. And I want you guys to understand that this is not something that is based off of like just the hotness of the characters. It's about how unique their personalities are. It's about how interesting their outfits are. It's about
LUL, I
how
see many
unique
more problems
they are
than that.
versus the other
Yeah.
characters in the game.
I should move my camera here.
There are a lot of things that go into the waifu quality spectrum. And it's not simply bra size, you know.
I mean, there are more problems than that, but I don't think they're super detrimental to the game. I mean, one thing that I would say is like when you're farming for a specific material, I mean, there's some materials that you can find tracking. Well, not materials. There's some enemies that you can find tracking for, but not all the kinds of enemies easily. There's like no search function. So adding in something to the game to actually make materials and enemies that you're farming for much more easily findable would be a huge just quality of life improvement. So, yeah, I think the main thing that Genshin needs is competition. As soon as there's competition, there's a reason for them to improve the game.
Know, like fucking measurements or anything like that. There are a lot of factors here, and I'm taking into account every single one of them. Do we agree with this?
Yeah.
And by the way, I want to make this extremely fucking clear. This is a make it or break it for an anime game. If it does not have like, if you think,
well, for a gacha game, because a lot of it is people pulling for specific characters, like, oh, I just have to have this character, so I'm going to spend a whole bunch of money to get this character. Like, it doesn't make any logical sense to me why you would do that or play that way. Because, like, yeah, that's just, it's not an attractive way to play a game to me. But to other people, obviously, they've spent hundreds or thousands of dollars in the game, and that is how they play. Like, they simply have to have this character, or they're trying to get all the way up to C6, as if that even matters for most of the
There
game's
is no
content.
point to fully max characters.
Yeah. Like, when we don't have a world level 9 or 10, like, for 95% of the game's content, there is no point to C6 5-star characters at all, period, unless we're talking about Dia.
Of you, if you think of Chainsaw Man, who do you think of? Makima and Power. If you
And in fact, like, C6 5-star characters are honestly make a lot of the game less enjoyable because they're so overpowered that they'll just one-shot everything in the overworld, meaning that 95% of the game's content just goes from being too easy to being ridiculously too easy to the point to where it's not even fun anymore.
think of Overlord, who do you think of? Albedo or Shoutier. If you think of, let's see, Himeno, yeah, Ainz, I think more people would recognize Albedo. I would. Let's see, where's another one? Shit, I'm trying to... Overwatch. What is the most well-known character from Overwatch? Tracer. Especially
I got to the point where I was logging in every 2 weeks for 25 minutes of Abyss content.
Probably, yeah, Widowmaker.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
Diva, yeah, Diva is ahead of her.
That's a large part of the problem, is for a lot of the whales, they're... Like, Genshin needs to realize that whales make up a very large part of the revenue. And when whales make up a large part of your revenue, I honestly think that their number one priority should be pushing out world level 9 and 10. I think that should, right now, honestly, rather than pushing out more characters or doing more quality of life fixes or just anything, I think right now, if I was them, I would be pushing for world level 9 and 10. Make the content actually fun and challenging for the whales, because they are the people who are making your bread. They are the people who are making all of your money.
For now, I forgot about that.
Like, the casual players are not who is making the money for them. Like, it's not.
Exactly. Okay, let me think about... Is there another anime that I think this is a great example for?
How far are we in this queue? Because it should give us an audible... Yeah. 24 minutes, geez. Yeah.
What do you guys sort out
AR80
online?
for work level 9 and AR100 for level 10.
But, like, I feel like a lot of people know Kiri.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it is like... I feel like at level 90, a lot of their stats should be drastically buffed, and that should be like your AR 10. And then from there, the levels should go down, but just have drastically different stats for all of them at level 90, like drastically different stats at level 90 than what they currently have. So then the leveling system for overworld enemies just makes a lot more sense. So that it actually just scales up a heck of a lot harder.
So, like, yeah, I don't know. It's probably about 50-50. Mikasa? Yeah, exactly. Mikasa. That's another great example. Yes, Attack on Titan. Everybody knows Mikasa and Levi. That's it.
So then, like, if you're currently at AR 8, then the enemies... Yeah, let's say at AR 8, our enemies then retain the same stats that they have now at AR 8, but then their level would be like level 60. Or no, level 70. Then at level 9, then we get level 80. Yeah, level 80 characters that are pretty decent amount more difficult. And then at level 10 would be where the level 90 characters would fit in. That would be significantly harder than the current level 90 enemies.
Levi pretty much looks like a fucking girl. Yeah, it's very, very common, okay? That's the point that I'm making. All I'm really trying to say, I think he does. I think he looks like a girl. He's a badass, but he does look like a girl. Anyway, doesn't? Yeah, whatever. This is what I think.
And like obviously some of the enemies would get buffed a lot more than some of the others. Like the new Hydro enemy in Fontaine that has 3 million HP. I don't see that needing to be buffed.
I think the anime waifu quality for these types of games has to be S tier. It has to be. Now, where is it too? Where
I
is
do
it
LUL.
like not? good
Oh, you
enough?
do see that needing to? Okay. I mean,
I
yeah,
would
maybe
say
they buff
right
that
here.
too, but
Okay. Right there. Code Vein barely passes. Tower of Fantasy and Lost Ark, they pass. Project Mugen, I think this will.
I
think
three-shot
this
weekly
passes.
bosses on Hudao.
I think to be honest,
like
I
you know
think
the
this
3
passes
million
very
HP
well.
boss that
Nikkei
I'm
is much
talking
higher
about.
quality
Well,
writing than you give it credit for, I think.
whatever it's called.
Unfortunately, I've heard that multiple times. But this is what matters the most. Okay? This matters more than the gameplay. It matters more than the gotcha system that will inevitably be in this game. It matters more than the leveling system. It matters.
Well, yeah, because it's the characters that
Yeah, I do.
people pull for. Like, there's a reason why in Genshin Impact they have a breakdown of how much revenue the banners generate. And, like, a lot of the stuff behind the banners and how much revenue they generate is also just how well the player, like the character, plays and how strong they are. Like, people can say that they're meta over waifu game players until they're blue in the face, but last I checked, Dia's banner was one of the worst revenue banners in the history of Genshin Impact, and people, myself included, really like Dia as a character, but the reason why people just didn't pull for her isn't because they didn't really like her that much as a waifu. No, they really did, and still do. The reason why is because she's just really freaking weak, and she has a really bad kit.
More than a combat. It matters more than anything. Okay?
Her kit blue.
I apologize.
Yeah, they did her really dirty. She is really bad. No matter how you play her. Like, if you're playing her off field, there's two characters that immediately come to mind as being better than her in like every aspect. And you know what those characters are? Xingqiu and Beidou. Xingqiu can actually trigger vape off field and do a lot more damage and reduce the damage that you take and provide crowd control resist, which is all stuff that Dia is supposed to do, but Xingqiu can do all of it better as a 4-star character. And the same thing in every aspect can be said for Beidou.
And
in
Kappa.
fact, Beidou provides a shield on top of it. So, like, yeah, when you have 4 stars outrank her off field. And then on field, she has a 4-second burst, energy, or 70 energy cost for a 4-second burst on a 21-second cooldown. Absolutely insane. And on top of that, her burst doesn't even trigger vape swords from Xingqiu or Yelan. Like, how dumb are they? They advertised her as being this badass on-field character, and then they deliver a character who can't even trigger vapes. Honestly, all that they really needed to do to fix her was double her burst duration and make it trigger vapes. Like, that's all that they had to do. It would have been a super simple fix. Super easy. Like, double the burst duration, make it trigger vapes. That right there triples her damage output for her burst.
For going off on a tangent, but this was necessary.
世界がマジでぐちゃぐちゃだ。
Like, people want to give Genshin Impact all this, like, leeway. Like, a lot of these fixes are not stuff that would be difficult at all. It would be very simple fix.
私
This is good.
最後まで
This is very
い
good.
られるのかしら
Uh-oh.
願いが叶いやすいように私が空に
I'll
流れ
bring
星を
down
流し
meteors
て
to make wishes easier to come true. Wait, what the fuck?
この街を滅ぼすって言われてんだぞ
What?
まだわからないのか真の悪役
Yeah,
は
this is actually pretty good.
この街を破壊したのはお前たち
What
だ
the
ろう
fuck is this? Oh my
さ
god.
あ終焉を楽しもうじゃないか
So it's that kind of a game.
Yeah, we can see the kind of game that
Yeah,
is.
this
Yeah.
is good.
つまり
Yeah, this is, by the way, guys, this is exactly what the audience wants.
Yeah, like all I ask
Yeah.
for is a survival unlimited floor 13.
つまり
Yeah.
これで終わり
No, the one person was saying just leave all the 12 floors as they are, and add a floor 13 and like even 14 for whales. Like myself, the 12 floors is plenty hard for me, but I'm not a whale. So like if whales are saying we need a floor 13 and 14, I'll just take their word for it. Like, yeah, we need a floor 13 and 14 because guess what? The whales are the main people that are bringing in the revenue for them. So guess what? If the whales say we need a floor 13 and 14, I'd be like, yeah, we need a floor 13 and 14.
ってことね
We're probably screwed.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't say that on a personal note, but I know from what I've heard from people that that's what they want.
Yep.
They should
That's
get it.
good. Just- I'm gonna be honest. I think this is really good. Wow.
I think a lot of, yeah. This will be more of a game that's going to apply to, will appeal more to people that are really into Grand Theft Auto, just right off the bat from what we're seeing. And then beyond that, I think most of its
TBH,
success...
I don't like the Splatoon feels.
Yeah. But I think that beyond the GTA 5 appeal that the game is going to bring, I think most of it is going to just rely on how good the actual game design is of the characters, and then how good the gameplay feels, how good the character, like how appealing the characters are. Because like he said, design-wise, these are like slightly behind Genshin Impact. Yeah. Like, I don't think they're as appealing
Looks like
of
they're probably
characters
going
as
with an
Genshin
elemental
Impact.
system as well. It's smart. Yep, this is a good. Yep. Now, obviously, who's the bad guy? The fat one. That that's the bad guy because he's fat.
Yep, that's how it works.
obvious.
It works that way in real
Basically
life, too.
TOF 2.0.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. I could kind of see it, but it's a very different gameplay feel, I think, than... I don't know, I haven't really seen much of Tower of Fantasy. I definitely get GTA 5 vibes. Big time.
Like I already see Yo-Yo Boy,
This
and
is
a
really
Nemesis-like
good.
character.
I'm gonna be honest. I think this is really, really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Music is good? Yeah, this game looks great. I actually think it does. But again,
I think it looks better than the one game that he was talking about, where it's somewhat Souls-like, but then like the color scheme is all grayscale, all the characters
thing
are
I
like
like,
depressing.
I don't see a shit
all
companion.
of the all of the music is depressing in the one game that he was showcasing. I forget what the other one was called, but this definitely looks better than that, and I can definitely see it appealing to a GTA 5 audience. What on earth is happening with our... Wow. It's gonna take a long time even on Excalibur, jeez.
you know, if you want to talk about like This girl is like, I mean, this is a relatively decent quality, like, giantess waifu.
Yeah.
But whenever you compare it to like Fantilia from Honkai Star Rail, Fantilia's
Well, I mean, what's her name? Um, like her character model is actually huge when you compare it on the scale wise to other Genshin Impact characters. One thing I really wish is that they had made Signora a playable character. Like, imagine if they made her a playable character and then gave her different outfits on top of it. That would be so freaking cool. Yeah,
PFFFFF, I
exactly.
wouldn't have quit.
Exactly.
is way better. It's obvious, right?
And there's other characters too. Did I bookmark it? I don't know if I bookmarked it or not. Yeah. Vraka. Oh man, have you seen? Like, this goes way back actually. The Grand Master Knight of Boreas, the King of Favonius. Half a year ago, he departed on an expedition with 80% of Knights of Favonius manpower, leaving Jean as the acting Grand Master in his absence. Based on the people's remarks about him, Varka is one of the strongest people in Mondstadt. Tartaglia calls him Titan of the Knights of Favonius and hopes to one day face him in combat. Barbara says there's nothing to worry about as long as he's leading the expedition, and Eula suspects that he has been intentionally holding back during a sparring session. At some point before the travelers' arrival in Mondstadt, Varka brought Rosaria to Mondstadt so she could redeem herself, though he did not have appeared to have expected her to do so in her own way. And like, oh man, if we look at Varka's like character design that people have, oh no, I'm gonna have to. Oh no, it brought him up. Okay. Like, at least if it loads the full quality image. No, not that. Let's see.
To be honest with
Oh,
how
there
much
we
they
go.
nerfed Scaramouche in order to give him to us, I'm good.
Like, he could be a really cool character. That would be really cool. Like, there's a lot of really cool stuff. A lot of cool characters that they could bring into the game. Like, I think everyone kind of forgot about Varka. So if they were to bring him back, that would be really cool. Yeah, I didn't know that they
Like, is there
nerfed
anybody that's like,
Scaramouche.
oh, yeah, oh, I don't know, right? Obviously, Fantilia is way better. However, this is good enough. People are saying Spider-Man never played heard about grapple hooks. Well, I mean, I get that, but I'm just saying in general, the powers look so fun. Yeah, I mean, again, I remember whenever I made the first the first video about this game, I was like, oh, is this game gonna kill?
I honestly think that instead of them having, you know how they have in Genshin Impact the trials where you can try the characters and then pull for them. I think what they should really instead do is have the trial banner run on the banner preceding the like when the banner of the characters come out. So like right now how we have Ayaka and Navia on the banners. Instead what we would have is on the previous banner to this one, we would have the trial for them. And then Hoyo would take the feedback from the trial run of those characters and make the necessary adjustments before their banners come out. I would be 100,000,000% in favor of that. because then we wouldn't run into situations like Dia, like Zhongli, where characters come out
LOL,
and
like
they're
if
just
they aren't making these characters last minute.
yeah, where the characters aren't just horribly underpowered. Like I would love to see them do that, to where you get the trial of the character a good 2 weeks before the actual character comes out, where MiHoYo has like a little, what do you call it? They have a little feedback section where people put in their feedback on the characters, and then they actually listen to the feedback and make the necessary adjustments before the character banner even comes out. If they were to do that, stuff would be significantly better.
Genshin, because like I just thought it'd be funny to make people mad. I think this is quite good. Well, let's look at the actual individual. So this is like, what is she using? A super soaker that shoots what? Lava? Okay, shooting fatty. Okay, and
They
then
are
you have
more
the
scared of leaks
girl
than getting
here
stuff correct.
who can be on like this weird motorcycle.
Yep, that's the unfortunate part of it.
And then
In all honesty, leaks build up the hype for the characters. And like if they were to make trials of the characters and then people give back their feedback and then they show like, okay, we received your feedback, we're making these changes to the character. And like as they make changes, their trial changes, then that gives people a really good sense of what the character feels like to play, whether or not they want to pull for them, all of that kind of stuff.
and this is some kind of like, I don't know what the fuck this is. So, okay. And this guy can
And don't
use,
tell
like,
use
I
what
guess,
teams to
gravity
trial either.
powers.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And then this is like, and like you look at the different colors, right? It's kind of obvious I think they're going to go with an elemental system in the same way that like, you know, Genshin.
Like if they were to do that and fix their characters pre-release, I can see a lot more people pulling for a lot more characters a lot more consistently.
And like every single other one of these games have.
Like imagine if Dia and Zhongli didn't get released in the states that they got released in. And like Dia's still not gotten fixed. I don't know if Dia's ever going to get fixed.
It's gonna be like a superhero thing? You think so? I don't know. I looked at the fire stuff and I saw like fire and like it all had very distinctive colors. So I thought that that's what it was gonna be. But we'll see. I don't know, guys. Like I feel like this is a lot better than what I had expected. I'm gonna be honest. This is actually quite good. I'll read some comments here. Go to the official site trailer. I mean, what the fuck? I don't have anything to look at. I hope the combat's good. Bro, the combat's good in every single one of these games. You should have to worry about these games. So the problem with these games are that they're either super fucking grindy. Will you play it? Yeah, sure. Of course I'll play it. They're super fucking grindy.
I don't get why he'll play everything except Genshin Impact. Like, despite all the stuff that's wrong with Genshin Impact is still a really good game.
Or they have some gacha mechanic that's pay to win, and the pay to win makes the game not fun. Because, like, for example, Genshin's pay to win, and Honkai Star Rail's pay to win.
No,
but the game's
there's no end game to Genshin Impact, so how could it even possibly be pay to win? There's no end game to it. It's literally impossible for Genshin to be pay to win. That's just objectively wrong.
still fun, so people don't care about it as much. So I feel like those are the two problems that most games have. And then like content. Lion? Well, no,
Pay to do dailies faster.
of course I'll play this whenever it comes out.
Sure. That's what it
I
is
feel
at
like
best.
I've played almost every game.
Like, pay to 36 star the Abyss a little bit easier, or pay to do dailies a little bit faster. Like, there's no pay to win aspect about Genshin Impact. It's just wrong.
Every game that I've said I would play, I have played. Like recently that has come
There
out.
isn't even a ranking
When have I
system.
not done that?
So what
I
are you
never
winning?
said I'd play Baldur's Gate 3
Yeah.
on release. I never said
Like,
that.
maybe if they released a world level 9 and 10. then there might be, even then there's not really end game. There's not like end game boss dungeon runs, which would be really cool if they added something like that. But like, even then that wouldn't even really make it pay to win.
I never said it. You're lying. Nope, I didn't. Zelda, I never said I'd play it on release. I said I might. Neo, I never said I'd play that. And now also, that's been out for years. To play
Or a
Genshin,
proof of this dot.
I didn't play Genshin whenever it came out. That's different. I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
if a new game comes out, I will.
I mean, I would really like to see dungeons in Genshin Impact. I think that could be really cool. Like co-op dungeons. That could be really cool.
probably play the new game if I said I would play the new game. The editors
Stuff that's like actually challenging too.
will reveal all.
PvP
Yes,
Kappa.
they probably will.
PvP, you would have to dramatically change things. Dramatically. Like when Hu Tao can one-shot stuff for 1 million damage. And then like even Yoimiya rotations where you're dealing like 50,000 per auto, like no character can even really get 50,000 health. You would have to significantly nerf all damage in a PvP scenario.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Guys,
Or significantly buff health.
I'm gonna play this really soon, okay? Like, it's gonna happen. Guys, it's coming right up.
希望代号无限大能给大家带来在都市中自由探索的新
Are
体
they
验。
actually showing some gameplay then of it?
摆荡、飞索、游泳、驾驶机车、汽车，
He is yelling at us.
这套集成了多种运动方式、高机动性的
Kinda
3C
sounds
系
like
统，是我们交出的答卷。有了它，我们就能自由地切换运动方式，自在地穿梭于
They're
高
all
楼之间。
Spider-Man. Spider-Man with
这是非常
plunging
值得的。
attacks like Genshin
漫步
Impact.
在代号无限大的街头，
Destroyable
你几乎可以
environment.
与
I'm
场
wondering
景
how
中
much
所有
of
物
the
件进
environment
行
is
互动，
destroyable.
不论化身街
Quite a
头
bit
恶
of
霸
it, it
大
looks
搞
like.
破坏，还是回到童年与猫咪躲猫猫，在这里都可以实现。
So we can use the Force too. So we're Spider-Man with plunging attacks from Genshin Impact and Force abilities. That's pretty cool.
我们足不出户就能在游戏世界中体验到有趣的都市生活。
There was the one game that Asmongold was talking about in the end of this one game. Oh, at the end of the one
Not just
video.
any gut.
Let me
Please leave
see.
a like. If not, then a dislike will do. And subscribe to the channel if you want more.
It was this
Now
one,
go
yeah.
out there and play Punishing Grey Raven.
Yeah, because Asmongold was saying that this one's supposedly really good, was what he was hearing about it. Okay.
You got a team of 3. There's the DPS slot, the tank slot, and the lift slot. In a battle, you can swap to the other members or do what I do and forget they exist. You also have an arrangement of Skittles above your attack button. Generally, you want to make it so all 3 Skittles are lined up. From there, you press one out of the 3, all 3 are consumed at once, and your character does a move. That's called a 3-ping. 3
The action combat kind of looks like it's better.
pings improve the stats of your move, and if the color of it corresponds to your ally's color, then you can do a QT. That's where your ally comes in and the two of you recreate that one scene from Jujutsu Kaisen. Later on during the fight, you'll have your ultimate be generated, which is some strong move to pop out. However, there is this one tiny little mechanic called Matrix Dodges. If you perfect dodge an enemy's attack, then you will slow down time, look like a badass, and any orb you ping will count as a 3-ping. So it's optimal to use it on single orbs. In doing so, you can probably clear one of the way to then have a 3-ping to pop. That's the gist of the gameplay. Now comes the hard part, the core passives, which is where the gameplay really opens up, and requires mandatory reading, but yeah, I'll forgive them for that part. To put it simply, characters have different core passives, which is how they play. The core passives differ per character, and you'll need to understand it to play that character correctly. For example, Alpha's core passive can basically be boiled down to pop a blue 3-ping, then
You actually have to understand how the Character scales. Oh man, that could mean trouble for people that think that you just build. What's her face? What is her name? Oh yeah, people that think that you just build Sayu EM. Sayu literally has no EM scaling. Like she has one thing in her kit that scales very horribly with EM, and then people are like, build her EM. It's like, you're an idiot. Character has one thing in their entire kit that barely scales with EM at all. She's Animo, so EM. It's like, no, wrong. Incorrect. Like scaling all damage.
Imagine not building health on every character kappa.
And then the healing scales with attack. And then we get down here. Yeah, 1.2 health for every elemental elemental mastery she has. So that means that you're adding somewhere around 1,000 healing. Whereas if you actually add attack, like you're adding a good 3,000 healing. But yeah, definitely EM. It's just, oh my goodness. People have such unga bunga damage brains that they can't see beyond unga bunga damage. It's like, well, unga bunga damage, she'll do a little bit more damage if we build EM. It's like, she's a healer. She's obviously a healer. Why are we building her for unga bunga damage when she's a healer? Doesn't make sense.
Pop any 3 ping. From there,
people just have such ape brain unga bunga damage on every character, even if they're a healer, even if they're a tank, even if that's not their role. It's just unga bunga damage. Survivability and healing, oh, that doesn't matter. Unga bunga damage.
all your orbs change into this attack, so Mario Party mash
Just
that
like,
shit.
oh
The
my
early characters have
goodness.
something pretty simple for their passive. However, Gen 2 characters, which I'll get
Not
into
everything
later,
is
have more
unga
to their
bunga
core
damage
passives.
all the
So
time,
remember
especially
how
when
Alphys
that's
was?
not even their
Yeah,
role.
this is the core passive of the character who's gonna replace her, and the one you should be rolling for if you're a new player. Now, this is a lot of reading, but take this from someone who's illiterate, it isn't that hard to understand. That's due to the in-game tutorial you can play. All characters have one and they do a great job of breaking down how the character is meant to be played.
Oh, wow,
and you can
that's
play it
good.
Why
without
would I
needing to
build
own the
survivability
character,
when
so
my
it exists
Zhongli
as a
has
great
6
trial
0k
area
health
for
and
them
his
to
shield
use if
doesn't
you're
break?
unsure about rolling for them. So
I mean, that is survivability.
even though this looks like a lot,
It would be more like if you thought the way to build Zhongli was just to go for damage and not his shield.
in practice you'll get used to it and begin to master that character. And the core passes display what I think is so good about the game. Since they have a lot to them, that means the characters actually play different. They aren't just different
Like,
looking
the main
characters
purpose
that
of
deal a
Zhongli
different
is not
damage
his
type,
damage,
you can
it's
mostly
his shield.
autopilot in the same way. Since they all play different, you could keep the gameplay fresh as hell by simply playing a different character. And believe me, you'll get the ability to play every character in the game. They basically drown you with opportunities to try everyone out. In some gachas, you need to set up a full-blown VR rig to watch a YouTube video on a character's gameplay to somewhat get a feel.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's Hu Tao's role, though. Hu Tao's role is DPS. Like, if your role is DPS, then it is Unga Bunga damage. But when your character's role is not DPS, it's not Unga Bunga damage.
For how they play. And punishing Graven Kurogame is tying you down and waterboarding you as they force you to learn every single character's gameplay, which is a base thing to do, honestly. I really appreciate
It kind of... That bit there kind of reminded me a little bit of Warframe.
not feeling like the enjoyment of the game is locked away from me. And fuck, there's a lot of enjoyment to find in the combat. If you wanted to play solely for it, you'd feel rewarded. Especially considering how good the OST is. I can be fighting a Pringles can, but it'd make that shit feel like a fight ripped from Demon Slayer. Over the course of a fight, you're pressing your orbs, lining them up, playing your characters optimally, mashing out your QTEs, triggering Matrix, managing your dodge.
See, I wish that they would actually make combat in Genshin Impact challenging. Like, I know that the whales would appreciate it.
Resources, using your signature optimally, and during all of this you're hearing orchestral rock playing in the background as the enemy is outputting the equivalent to a weeb's wet dream.
I've heard this
granted,
song
if that's a
before.
weeb's wet dream, yeah, some of the shit these characters can do will leave a weeb looking drained. And on the note of
this
Matrix
song from
dodges,
the
I like
game?
how they make the combat not feel linear. The game doesn't boil down to a simple swap in character, hit this ping to this ping to this. Since generated orbs are random, you won't have a very static rotation, as what you will be doing will depend on what you got at that moment. And from there, matrix dodges help to make you face more questions of what is best to do at this moment. Stuff like that is fundamental for gameplay not being on rails. The more times you need to think about what's best to do as you're dodging the enemy, makes you have more moments of enjoyment, at least to me. Also, in case this is all looking like a pain to play daily, don't worry, the game has a sweet function, we chillin'. Now I do want to say one thing, I don't believe the game is soul-crushingly difficult. For example,
So you don't need to spend a ton of time on the game on the daily?
I cleared up to chapter 17 of the game, and for the main story, I was generally able to just use one character without needing to swap to complete it. So if you want to just enjoy the main story, then you won't have to worry about getting destroyed. However, if you want some difficulty, then holy shit is the game ready, willing, and desperately wanting to give it to you. Take the event that happened prior to this review. There was a part of it where you were able to buff up the enemies. You could choose no buffs or a shit ton, fully up to you. The more buffs you choose, the more rewards you get. You can create a Mickey Mouse game, some Chuck E. Cheese ass playground for you to fight in. Or you can make it soul-crushingly difficult for no reason whatsoever. The question is, how much of a masochist are you? And the choice is yours. The game's in a state to where...
So in other words, this will be very appealing to a lot of Souls players. This honestly does look very good. I'm wondering if Jen would be interested in playing this.
If you want to play casually and chill through the main story, you can. I mean, shit, against one story boss, I took 9 minutes to kill it.
He does like a lot of the Souls games.
21 times. In my defense, my game was bugged, but I'll get to that later. Though the reason I was able to get deleted 21 times as I was streaming the game,
summoning a spirit bomb while we are fapping. Gaku has never killed anything with spirit bomb. It doesn't work.
Which may make the game sound easy, though again, if you want a challenge, it ain't hard to find. It's just that the soul-crushing shit is kept mostly away from the main story, so more casual players can enjoy it. And on that note, let's talk about the story. So lay down and let me give you the...
I think the most fun mechanic, honestly, at least personally, that we have in Genshin Impact is Beto's counter. I think that's the most fun mechanic that we have in the game. But the main thing that's not great about it is that it just doesn't really do enough damage. Like, imagine if they made that timed counter do a good like 3-4 times the damage that it currently does, and then you just build full what's that set called, like she could honestly be really good on field and be extremely fun to play that way. Okay, like her timed attack, like her timed block already does quite a bit of damage, but then imagine if it did a ton more damage. I think it's Farina. I think Farina we build with that one artifact set.
I believe that should be a mechanic every character had, and it auto-refreshed your e-skill.
She has such a cool skill. It's so cool. Like, that's one of the reasons that I really love playing her. Okay, can we actually find Farina? I want to see her artifact set. Is it going to be this one? I think maybe. No. Where are you? Okay, yeah, here we go. Build and weapon. So, yes, the Golden Troop. Imagine if Beto's E did a lot more damage, and then on top of that, well, obviously along with that, we just built Golden Troop for maximum counter damage. Whew, that would be a lot of fun. Oh, there we go. Finally, at long last.
From me. And fuck, there's a lot of enjoyment to find in the combat. If you wanted to play solely for it, you'd feel rewarded. Especially considering how good the OST is. I can be fighting a Pringles...
I think we were somewhere
0 point energy. In case you don't know what that is, here's the Wikipedia page on it. Whilst doing tests for it, a reactor caught technology AIDS, also known as a punishing virus. The punishing virus is capable of turning machines crazy and making them want to murder all of humanity. Whilst if a human gets it, they experience cellular breakdown. In short, they die in a very, very painful way. Now see, the funny little thing about the virus is that, it's airborne. So pretty much every machine caught it, went ballistic, and waged war against humanity. Now when it comes to how humanity fared against the machines in the war, I'ma put this in the most elegant way possible. Them motherfuckers got hoed. Deadass, humanity got bitched. Quickly. From there, the elites of society, the people high up in governmental ladders and such, ran off of Earth to a space station known as Babylonia. This was made as a relay point for spacecraft and was meant to explore space. However, due to the fact that they got clapped hard as hell on Earth, it's now used as a last stand for humanity. Basically one of the very few truly safe places left. And a fair bit of years after the virus turns Earth into a hellhole comes you,
Basically
the player
what is
character.
going to happen
You
to
are
us,
in charge
LOL.
of the Grey Ravens, a team comprised of robots with you as a human commander. Now, you may question what I just said, as naturally it seems pretty idiotic to make a team of robots combat a virus that turns robots into killing machines. However, these robots are called constructs. Through methods that
Are they
often
resilient
border
to
on
it,
torture,
I'm
humans
guessing?
had their minds placed into these metal bodies. Their consciousness is stored in there and the act as soldiers, able to beat back the machines. However, to make it so that they are not turned into some Five Nights at Freddy's killing abomination, a human is assigned as the commander of the squad. Since the virus cannot take control over a human's mind, the commanders exist to connect with the machines and prevent their minds from being taken over. And that's basically the gist of the scenario for the plot. In case you couldn't tell, this story loves sci-fi.
So that seems somewhat like Warframe then. Basically, if it's humans controlling them.
Shit, a lot.
Like some of the combat even seemed reminiscent of Warframe 2.
It was also heavily inspired from Nier Automata. I mean, shit,
Seems
yo,
like quite
look
a
at
bit from
Ayla. Yeah,
Warframe
she's basically a Nier character.
So Darling in the Friends,
I
LOL.
suppose there's also 2 being all them being in the game too, but yeah,
Kind
we can
of,
ignore that.
yeah.
With the boring basics out of the way, I'm gonna break down what makes the story work. Most gacha games focus on building their cast wide. They introduce many different characters, and from there, they make people interested in them. However, making a large quantity of characters can sometimes cost quality, like how one of the best girls in Arknights is yet to get any lore after 3 fucking years of her being in the game. Yes, 3. Yes,
Well, the thing is with Genshin Impact is there's quite a bit of lore behind all of the characters, honestly. So
still salty. Though that's a consequence when you want to build a wide cast of characters. You can't delegate time for each and every single character in that cast. However, Punishing Grey Raven doesn't introduce that many characters, at least by comparison to others in the genre. Instead, it focuses on building its cast tall, making it so the characters are more memorable. You can even see it in the gameplay. The characters have many different frames, which are just alternate
like League
versions
of
of that character. So if you think Karnina is good, but you don't like the gameplay of her fire version, then guess what? You can use a version where she is a Mario Hammer Bro. Developing his main cast
I don't know, League of Legends is all about...
I mean,
League of Legends doesn't understand how to do competitive games, I think, is the main problem. Like, as soon as you see...
No, I mean a lot of lore.
Oh, lore. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of lore to League of Legends. There's a lot of lore to Genshin Impact. But, like, I don't think League understands how to make a competitive game. They look at one broken thing, and then they're like, well, there's all these other broken things that are just as, if not more, broken. So then this broken thing is no longer broken. It's like, no, all of those things that you just listed are all broken and all need to be fixed. Like, you can look at one broken thing independent of other broken things and go, that needs fixing. But League doesn't seem to understand that.
Shit, you're basically always with the Grey Raven squad, so if you hated them, then that kinda sucked it. In addition to the Grey Ravens, the story focuses on Strikehawk, which is comprised of daddy issues, sleep deprivation issues, and
like a competitive game is a very different beast than something like Genshin Impact. Something like Genshin Impact, you can add as many characters as you want.
And they
it's
just
not
throw
an
everything
issue.
out every couple of seasons like WTF.
Yeah, like a game like Genshin, you can add as many characters as you want, and it's no major issue. Whereas a game like League of Legends, the more characters that you're adding in, the more difficulty that you're adding in for new players to come into the game. Because say you have 100 characters, okay, now we've got 100 characters with all their different skills and abilities to learn, all the equipment and everything else that goes along with that. Versus if we have 1,000 characters, now a new player has to learn 1,000 different characters with all of their different abilities and all the armor and everything else that goes along with that. Like, with a competitive game, it's a very different beast. With a competitive game, you really need to have a cap on how many characters you're going to release for it. Like, and I honestly think with League of Legends, they should have capped the number of characters that they were going to release to 100. Like, they really needed to have done that. and change their business model while they're at it. So it's not just about skins.
The issue of having no issues in the apocalypse. There's also Cerberus, composed of the furry insane asylum patient and the greatest waifu in the game, Vera. Now, I know Verisims have a reputation, but I will have you know that I am not one of those depraved and crazed simps. I am normal, and may have made an animated sticker in my Discord where Vera grabs the camera, but again, I swear I'm normal. And there's also Noctis, I suppose. When it comes to the writing in the game, I'm happy to say that it isn't a pain in the ass to read. After a couple of chapters, that is. Though there ain't no sugarcoating it, the word count of the game puts the Bible to shame, and I mean that in a per chapter way, not overall. But because it's written so well, I never really felt the length. Well, when I was reading normally, that is, your boy kinda had to rush to get this review out on time. So there were times I went into a word coma, though I'm glad I read it because the story is really good. It feels like every chapter, after some of the first ones, all served a purpose to build the storyline. It rarely feels like you're doing something unimportant in the story. The events and main questline serve to further the plot and world building, which is hard to talk about without going into spoilers, so I'll just say this. Chapter 17 is absolutely godlike, and when you finish it, you'll be glad for having read every prior chapter. Well, maybe not
Sounds like a lot of
as
reading.
I'd say the story only starts to get good around chapter 9, great in chapter 11, and then amazing in Echo Aria. From there, the quality of the story remains amazing, and
okay. Oh, is this one gonna go through? Maybe.
I always skip every cutscene in every game.
I don't know if that's a great idea. I don't know. It depends on the content that you like, I suppose. Everyone's got a different preference. Myself, the story is big to me. I love story.
I'm only here for the genocide of the hilly curls.
That's the problem, is that the hilly trails are just way too easy. If we had a world level miner, then things would be very different. Okay. We are very tightly clumped. Jeez. Okay, is there somewhere that we need to go here? Okay, I think. Okay, where is this going? Okay, are we staying here? Or are we going over here? I think, yeah, we're over here. I think, yeah, we do need to stand on this, because it, no, I don't, because from what I remember, it goes to the center and then, no? Okay. Okay, I remembered it going to the center and then blacking from that spot. Okay, no, this is the spot, okay. I've got the mechanics mixed up. I think. Unless they changed it. Might have changed the fight altogether. At least from what was shown in my video. the one where it does that? No. I think they've just changed the fight. Maybe. I'm gonna stand next. Yeah. This one. Yep, it does do that. Okay. So it looks like there's two different mechanics to it. Olive Gardens is down there. What do we do? Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. It's so tanky, like this stuff doesn't matter. Remember which one this is, so I'm gonna stay near the yellow, just in case. Yeah, there's this one. Okay, over here, yeah. No, this one's not worth dodging. What? How did I suddenly take that much damage? Oh shoot. Yeah. I chose the wrong side, but I wasn't standing directly in the line of both of them, so I didn't end up dying.
At least you aren't sleeping on the job.
No, of course I'm not sleeping. 14? I think so. Okay. Yeah, we are Alliance A. Shows you how much I do these Alliance raids. Or how long it's been since I've done one. Guessing A goes towards the top. B and C probably to the left and right would be my guess. I would think so. Try to aggro as much stuff as I can, I suppose. As long as the tanks are aggroing stuff, it should be fine. Aggro them and pull their aggro away. It is my hope, at least. Falling. Okay, so A is evidently to the left, looks like. Okay. Oh, that's right. We have to stand, like, right here. Yep. From what I remember, at least. We have to stand back here. Or no? No, evidently I stood in the wrong spot. Okay. It didn't end up mattering, though. If I can get healing, that is. I got hit by one of them, it wasn't too bad. Don't we go this way? What? We go this way? I guess so. I'm gonna get hit by that, but it didn't matter. Eh. Oh. Wait. How are we supposed to know? I don't know. We're supposed to know somehow, I suppose. Did our team go back over here? I think so, maybe? Unless we just swapped. I think we just swapped. Maybe. Okay, yeah, our team is over here. Yeah, my thing should be on. Yeah, that is. We stand in one of these ones, right? I think so, yeah. Don't know what she said. I should actually move. Yeah. Whoa. That was a lot of damage. Okay. I think I can face this way, honestly. Yo, okay. About to jump or something, or what's it doing? Just stand where everyone else is, I suppose. That's right, I think this room, yeah. This is the one that changes what it's doing. Go over here for some reason. Don't remember why. Oh yeah, we could make these things different, yeah. These are 10s, yeah. Oh, we need to, yeah, we need to stand on these, don't we? Okay. We don't want to overflow. 10 and a 30. Guess I still got hit by that. Oh. Okay. I think the hitbox for that first one was off because I was taking damage from it when I wasn't even standing in that area. Stance is on. Oh, let's see. I don't know what she's saying. So hard to keep track of. Everything is so bright and flashing. So what the hell is going on? Everything has to be super bright and flashing. You're supposed to also pay attention to the bright flashy stuff. It's just really bad. should go off first, right? Yeah, it does. Barricade gone? Oh, we need to destroy all of them. Oh, yay. That one should go off first, right? Yeah. It's hard to see my character. Is there a way to turn off ability flashiness? Like to turn off the ability animations? Because honestly, that would be helpful. Everything is so bright and flashy all the time, it's impossible to tell what the heck is going on half the time. I'm gonna have to see if there's a way to turn off ability animations. Oh, interesting. So what exactly is this forming? So it's a ball? some direction? Okay, I guess we're just supposed to stand inside of it. What now? Do we? Okay. Do we all just stand on one side of it? Okay. Why was it okay? I was typing in the chat box for some reason. I can drag them more this way. we stand in it? Maybe. Do we each stand in one of these or something? I have no idea. Okay. I've got no idea, so I'm just gonna keep doing damage rotation. Do we each stand in one of these? I think so. Okay. So we stand in it and then we don't? Is that what we do? Or what is it? lot of those mechanics are confusing. So we can actually tell what the heck is going on. It's like the issue is not the usage. My PC is strong enough that that is irrelevant. I was wrong, so wrong. I made you go along with my decisions. I put everyone in danger. Anog. I'm the one who let the conflict spread this far. Blaming yourself is unnecessary. Forgive me, but you seem so familiar to 2P, and we don't really understand either of you. Are you truly our ally? I can't be certain. All I know is that I was damaged in a battle with the machine life forms, and then I was here. Your world is very different from where I was. I don't know my coordinates, and I can't contact command. I just followed the explosions. Let's approach this from a different angle then. What are the machine life forms, and why are you fighting them? The machine life forms are weaponry created by aliens from beyond the stars as part of Yoraha. My mission is to reclaim the planet and these from these invaders. Alien invaders? Never mind. What about 2P? As an android, does she not belong to Yoraha as well? No, she is a copy, built by machine life forms, probably to fight Yoraha specifically. We also retrieved another android, a boy. Is he with you? I'd like to see him. Very well, can't make things any worse. They are not going to listen. You underestimate how much of a pyromaniac everyone is on the New Year. And for 4th of July and any occasion that involves fireworks. Yeah, look what they did to that place. I mean, it sounds like the androids would have come from them either way. They did do it. It was them. Could have saved them from those things. There ain't no way a clever girl like her wouldn't have fought them back. I mean, they're pretty strong. I mean, it kind of sounded like all this would have happened either way from the android. Well, the androids are obviously to blame. You're all doomed. I'll say it's complicated. I don't want to say, well, we're doomed, there's no hope. Well, not really. It's not your doing either. It's the other android's doing. No, that's impossible. Why would she intervene? That's crazy. I don't know, it doesn't make much sense to me to try to lay the blame for the actions of the bad androids on the good android or the two dwarves either. Like, what the heck? It's like blaming the Avengers when they're defending Earth. Hmm. Huh? There we go. She's in there something? No, look over here. Don't run off, Kanag. It's dangerous. Let your sister take the lead. Wow. Wicked white one, cog move. Did she make it then? No, Kanag, are you down there? I'm coming. Nog, answer me. No. Interesting. Dog, are you behind this thing? Dog, please say something. What? Does she have a face now? Nog, it's you, isn't it? I don't know. Knog. How do you know? How did you even know about back when she... Never mind, it doesn't matter. A Nog is what matters. A Nog, she. Fine. Boom, boom, boom. Wicked White, where did he go? No. Couldn't be. I know he went to search for Naga, but how did he even make it out of here? Very carefully. Willpower and hubris. Damn it all, let's go quickly. Oh, his eyes are covered again. He's decent now by Android standards. Who's there? You. Okay. Sorry for lagging behind. I'll keep reminding myself not to get distracted to tell the truth. I'm starting to understand the intrigue. You said this place you found, Knog, before is through here. What now? Knog. Portal? Gotta be a portal. That's a lot. Beings of this world, watch closely. What? Oh. There's no time. Destroy the sphere quickly. I'm guessing it's a portal. This makes me really want to play Nier Automata. I've never played it before. Interesting. One in some gigantic tower. I don't think there's any way that that would actually stand in the real world. I don't know, maybe. I know you're confused, but there's no time. We must destroy the sphere. 2P's plans are already in motion, and this whole world will be consumed. We won't let that happen. We came to save this world, and we have a debt to repay. You saved 9S after all. And there's still so much here we haven't seen. Right, 2B? Focus on the mission. Right. Leave it to us. I'll take everything we've... it'll take everything we've got to stop them. I believe we can succeed, but we'll need your help. You ready? Duly noted. I'm sorry, Chief. Could you look after Knog? You're sorry? Of course. I'll carry him back and make sure he rests. You don't, you look after yourself now. And tell me what all of this is about later. We can make for the tower. Tower at the breach now accessible.
3. There's the DPS slot, the tank slot, and the lift slot. In a battle, you could swap to the other members or do what I do and forget they exist. You also have an arrangement of Skittles above your attack button. Patient and the greatest waifu in the game, Vera. Now, to get Rosetta. From there, you now have the metaphysical team. That's all you really gotta do. Which is why this is the best time to get into Punishing Grey Raven. You're basically guaranteed to have a great team. You'll also get a free 6-star weapon selector. Use that to get Rosetta's 6-star signature weapon, Gungnir.
Well,
now you may want to hold on to
of,
your selectors until
3
after you
months
spend
ago.
the 40 rolls on the
Who
game's
knows?
beginner banner. It's just a standard banner, but you'll get an S rank and 40 pulls instead of 60 for the first time. If you get Rosetta from that banner, then I'd recommend getting Luna. She'll be power crept in a year, but she's the best choice. If you get Liv Luminance from that banner, then use her selector to get Kamui, I suppose? It honestly doesn't really matter. However, if you do that, you'll have the metaphysical team. In a bit, Lee Hyperreal will release. He's the meta fire DPS. Get him, you'll need multiple teams. Then Lucia Crimson Weave will come out later. She's one of the best units in the game and the best laning DPS. Get her. As a new player, you'll be able to get all of these characters. On Crimson Weave's patch, you'll get another free S rank selector. Use that to get Vera Garnet. The Dami Mami is the best lightning tank. 2 patches after that, Furry 21 drops. She's the best lightning amplifier. Guess what? You now have 2 incredibly overpowered teams that will last you bare minimum a year before they are power crept. I mean, your Liv Luminance will be power crept by Alyssa, but Alyssa's a free unit, so you don't need to worry about wasted pulls. So all it takes is a bit of time to wait, but if any free-to-play start now, you will have 2 meta teams. However, it's important to note that I generally wouldn't advise free players to roll on old units, as it's better to save those rolls to guarantee future units, cause they'll just be stronger. And don't roll for S rank weapons, they aren't needed. Same goes for
I think
codes.
that
And
depends.
same goes for multiple copies.
I mean, you look at Bennett, look at Xingqiu, look at Zhongling, they're super strong. They've been in Genshin Impact for a long time, so if this is anything like Genshin, then it's just not true.
Copies of a unit, just get the unit once, you don't need SSS. There are free ways to get to SS rank, that's all you really need for most characters. That's the optimal route to go and why you should start playing now. All in all, the gacha is very fair as free-to-plays will rarely be left in the dust. There is power creep, but it usually takes more than a year until a unit is crept, and even then free-to-plays will be able to get the new units. So I'm neutral about the power creep in the game. What I'm not neutral.
How long has the game been out? Punishing Grey Raven. Oh, it was released in 2019?
On is the new player experience. As a new player, there will be a lot of units you won't be able to get, and at first the combat's gonna be ass, as you will have to wait for the new units to release and be viable members for a party. For example, if you start after Crimson Weave and you get Furry 21, then she isn't a bad unit, but you need to get Crimson Weave to get the most out of her. And if you roll on an anniversary or standard banner to get Crimson Weave, then you run the risk of missing out on a future character, which causes your account to feel like it's locked until the new units make a good team. However, starting now is a different story as I've said, though the beginner experience is still a problem, and on that note, let's talk about the problems of the game. So as I said, the story is amazing, but my lord would I have loved voice acting. I know the reasons why it isn't in the game, that being budget, but holy shit would I love it so much. Cutscenes are voice acted and some scenes outside of those are also voice acted. Moments like that are amazing and having the game be voice acted would make reading it so much better. I already think it's an easy read, but voice acting would enhance it so much more. Maybe not all the chapters would get voice acted, but maybe some of the newer ones can. I'd love to see it. Another thing I have a problem with would be the bugs. As I've said, a really important fight was bugged for me. Shit kinda sucked. A really emotional moment had a music bug where I had 2 tracks playing at the same time, which did ruin the moment, but at the same time, that shit was kinda funny though, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. There was a time where the residents of my dorm got Thanos sapped away for some reason, but I was able to ignore that as later on I was in a state of bliss. I was doing the thing I love most in this game, watching Vera step on things. Next thing I knew though, I was Jesus. Yeah, I don't know how this happened. But I mean, at least I got to see Vera stepping on the clouds, so yeah, that's a win in my books. None of these bugs are game breaking, but they do give a feel for a lack of polish. They won't ruin your experience, but they ain't exactly a joy to walk into. Though I won't judge a game too harshly on that fact, as it feels like the game is always improving. For example, the beginning areas look like a mutilated clone of a PlayStation 2 game, but later on they start to look so good. They are beautiful. And I don't say this to mean that graphics are the end-all be-all. The gameplay's so good I wouldn't care if it had the graphical fidelity of Pong. It's just an easy way to showcase the improvement of the game. It's also improved in making better bosses, the depth of the gameplay, and its storytelling. Punishing Grey Raven continues to improve, and I cannot wait to see where this game will go, which is why I rate it a 9 out of 10, which may be weird, as to me a masterpiece is a 10 out of 10, but I'd still consider it as such with only being a 9. Main reason it's a 9 is because the new player experience is dog shit. Getting in now fixes it, but closing your front door doesn't mean a hurricane just stopped happening outside, which is why even though we are chilling now, it will always be a pain point when recommending the game, unless something is done to fix it. Of course, that isn't the sole problem I have with the game, but it's the biggest one. However, the gameplay, story, music, and free-to-play nature makes up for that fact and is enough for me to recommend it to anyone looking to play a good action game. There is a lot to love about this game, and I'm glad I decided to play this masterpiece. Though, they could do with making it so Vera gets another frame. She doesn't need it, but I desperately want it.
Overall, both the 4000 and 7000 series have not really made a whole lot of sense if you've already got a 3000 series card. Like if you're on 2000 or 1000 series from Nvidia, then it makes sense, but other than that. Overall, the 4000 series from Nvidia has been very disappointing, I would say. 7000 series, less disappointing, quite a bit less disappointing actually from AMD.
Thank you all for joining me today. It is time to attend Automata Fantasy XIV.
So I am Alliance B. Oh, well, we can see that it's locked. So what are we... Okay, I think we're just waiting for them. Oh. Okay, so we have that. I thought it was the door. Okay, guess not. That does definitely help with animations. going first? Is he going first way? Okay, is he gonna do the same thing? Oh, he's doing the center, I see. Whoa, oops, ow. That was, hopefully. Yeah. Okay, got it. So how do we know what he's casting? I have no idea. Because he's going to cast something now. Okay. I guess he's going down the center. I don't know how we're supposed to... Oh. I see. Okay, yeah, he's doing the sides. I see. Gonna do it that way. Because of where he jumps? Oh, no. I think he just always pushes away. Can't we go over here? I think so, right? Replicate, does that go on the sides? Oh, no, that's his thing. And then stack the deck. off the sides here? Or will it not let us? I'm not sure.
Here you will experience learning process. Navigators with the alert cannon.
Okay, what do we do? We go over here, I guess? I think I'm just facing away from everybody else as far as I know. As far as I know, yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Actually do something dangerous, or? Are we supposed to switch sides here? I'm not sure. Okay. One of them needs to come to me. I'm not sure why I can't get either one of them to come to me. Hello? Why can I not get aggro on either one of them? Like, I have my thing on. What on earth is going on here? I can't draw either of their aggro. Doesn't matter which one I hit. I don't know what that was called. Yeah, what on earth? Why are they just sticking together? What the heck? I cannot get them aggro, no matter which one I select. Is this part of the phase? I didn't remember it being a thing. I thought that they weren't supposed to stick together. No, maybe they do at this phase. Yeah, that's about what I figured. Is it targeting me? I guess so. Wait, I thought it was supposed to... Okay. Yeah, they won't let you fall off. I think we are... What do we do to switch colors? Or whatever. I don't know. But do we just stand by the walls? Is that what we do? I think so. Okay. Are they white? I think so. Stand behind the walls. Whatever that was. Oh, it does circular damage. Ooh. That was some heavy damage, jeez. Oh, this is the thing where... Or do we change black? I think we do. And then... Oops. Where is it? Thought we changed colors to match it, right? I thought we changed colors to match it. I don't know. I have no idea. That is ridiculous. Okay, white to block white laser. Actually, I could be able to stand here, yeah. Okay. Okay, I think we stand over here actually. Yeah. What was that? Like... Okay. I have no idea how that one part was supposed to go. That one minigame is ridiculous. center. Okay. Oh, what's that? I got a laser. I'll just head towards the side. There we go. Okay. Definitely. Can I hit those things? Not sure. He's gonna decide to hit me, or oh. He just looks like it. It definitely really helps having a lot of those animations turned down. Jeez. It was like animation overload on the floor to where you couldn't even hardly tell what was going on. What are they doing? It's not quite done yet. Let's see. Oh great, do I have to skip it here? So, yeah. Okay. Why does this remind me a little bit? Wait. Oh, we need a position. Oh, we need to not be hit. Okay. I thought we were trying to land on the platform. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, this part I following me. Yeah, I don't understand that at all. Falls in its shadow. I think so. But we don't want to see it, right? Doesn't it fall in its shadow, right? I thought. Oh, maybe we do. Oh. Barely. Back me up here, 2B. What are you doing? I'll help you from the other side. Okay. Well, maybe we don't want to do that. Take care of Knog. Interesting. Alert 2B and 9S's vital systems offline. Save data found in memory regions. Initializing playback. This is Hora 2B recording. We discovered that our enemies, the white-clothed androids, the tower that colossal girl came from with the white orb, as did 9S and I. It's a gate between worlds, and its purpose is to destroy this one. As long as 9S and I are on this side, it can never be closed. We have to go. But we'll save the memories of our reunion and the time we spent in this world with you. Some things are just too precious to lose. So thank you. Playback ended. Secret, scared the shit out of me. The tower just up and disappeared. It sort of folded in on itself in the blink of an eye. Glad to see you're safe, though. So what happened in there? Well, I won't pretend I understood all of that. Can't say the metaphysics in the area is my area of expertise. Still, I knew that those androids in white and their weird orb were trouble. And you're saying that you gave them what for, so they won't be coming back, which is good, right? Glad to hear it. Thanks for risking your neck for us. Where's Anog, though, and your android friends, for that matter? Seems like they should have come back with you. No, but why? It just don't seem fair. I was holding out hope, you know, that everyone would be fine and life would go back to normal. I should have known better, sure, but... Someone will need to tell the villagers again. As for Knog, can you speak with him? I managed to talk him out of running back in there as soon as he woke up, but it might be better coming from you, or maybe I'm just a coward. You're back. Where's everyone else? No, she can't be gone. She wouldn't leave me forever. Because if she did, there'd be only one who left who. Hi, Keta Beta. How's it going? A letter from a Nog? Nog, I've been in another world. I've seen it. I'm good. Let's see.
Good. How are you?
How are you doing? And what have you been up to? Do you play Final Fantasy XIV? What does she mean? The world, their constructs? That's hardly a reason to run off on her own. She could have... I would have... I have something I need to do, so... That watch belongs to the chief's wife. I found it when I was clearing the rubble earlier. It was broken, but I went ahead and fixed it. She probably liked it back. She'd probably like it back. So you can give it to the chief for me.
Just got done streaming. Finishing MSQ. What are you working on?
Oh, this is like a kind of side quest, I guess, to unlock the level 80 materia stuffs. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. I've finished, I think I'm most of the way through the MSQ. I did a lot of the level 90 content on my Dragoon, but I kind of like the Warrior better, so that's kind of what I'm currently doing. It's just like getting my Warrior up to snuff and everything. Thank you. Right now, I'm sorry. I appreciate all that you've done for us. If only I was as strong as you are.
Nice. I am not even close to 80 lol. What class are you?
This is Warrior right now. This is Warrior, and then I have the Dragoon and White Mage as well. How did it go? Something for your missus? Okay. Wicked White. We thought this was gone for good. She'll be glad to have it back. It's all she has left of her parents. Why didn't Kanag come in person though? He must know that you'd want to thank him. No, not him too. It seems that you, once again, have cause to comfort a distraught dwarf. He left a letter of farewell. He's gone. I wish I could have done something. Anything. We've lost them both, and it's our own fault. We drove them to this. This can't be right. I don't know what I should do. I don't know how to make things right, but the villagers need to understand that we can't keep on like this. It might be better listeners now that they don't have to live in fear anymore. If they can believe that's the case, that is. Would you mind sticking around? It'll seem more credible coming from both of us. I knew you would be. You're always willing to do what needs doing. I'm ready to do my part too. Wait here. Now that you're here, I have an important announcement. Pack has put an end to those machines and their plot. That means the danger is past, but more importantly, that it's time we look to the future. We need to come together. Hold your iron frogs, even if those things are gone. This ain't over. The culprit needs to be brought to justice. How can you expect the people to move forwards if we don't set an example? That's right, we want to see consequences. Death, mutilation. Yeah, death and mutilation to the heroes. Do you really? We need to talk them down, or they will never get anywhere in this bloodthirsty bastards. I only need to do what Glag says, right? Then he won't blame me, and whatever happens, it won't be my fault. You think that will protect you? Well, won't it? I don't have any, I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't done anything. The sooner we do away with this culprit, the sooner we can all relax. You know I'm right. Glag thinks so too. You'd change the tune if the finger were pointed at you. You wouldn't dare accuse me. Everyone knows I'm innocent. Don't they? All we need is one or two people to take the blame. Then the rest of us can get back to our normal lives. Are you planning to volunteer? Why should I? I've done nothing wrong. Not a single thing. Justice should be swift and decisive, I say. Nothing to satisfying as the headman's axe coming down. Justice isn't about personal satisfaction. Why shouldn't it be? Punish one person and everyone else feels better for it. That's justification enough. Anything would be better than feeling like this. The most prudent course is to cooperate with Glag and rid the village of the guilty party. Then everything will be as it was. Will it? Of course it will, it has to be. Believe me, if there were another better way. Well, they've settled down a bit, at least. Thanks for that. So, Bray, then I'll ask, what do you reckon we should do? Must be the outsiders, right? We'll never agree on, who should take the blame for the attack. Which means the real problem is Glag. He's been trying to turn us against each other, but he's the elder here. Shouldn't he have seen our village's fiery destruction by the skybound machines coming? There's no way to see that. What? No. No one could have foreseen this, no matter how wise they are or how hard they try. No one's right every time. We've all made mistakes here, believe me, Anog. Oh, Anog, Knog, Glag, the whole lot of you and me, all of us. We failed each other. There he goes again. See, I don't see why they seem to have feel the need to punish the innocent for the actions of the guilty. Like, what the heck? Lily, sorry, you had to see that hoe. I may not be cut out for public speaking. I won't give up on putting Korma back together, though, in whatever way I can. I don't know what we should have done, but there's nothing for it but to try and do better, day by day, moment by moment. I admit, I feel better knowing you'll be around. Pardon me. I was thinking about what you said, and I realized I probably haven't been the most helpful. I'm choosing to try harder from now on. So if you need another pair of hands. You're more than welcome to join us. Though I'd say we're all past due for a little breather after all that happened. Take a rest, Chief's orders. Understood. I'll be over there then, with my thoughts. Yes, not a problem. He's a little odd, but he's got spirit. I look forward to putting the both of you to work, at the earliest convenience, of course. Okay.